If your business needs a new application, then developers will have to write code, a lot of code. If an application needs to be modernized, then you'll need time, resources, and caffeine. If that sounds daunting, then you need Watson X Code Assistant, AI designed to multiply developer productivity so you can generate code quickly. Let's create a more modern foundation for business with Watson X Code Assistant. Learn more at ibm.com/code assistant. IBM. Let's create.
Señora Sex Ed is not your mommy's sex talk. This show is La Plática like you've never heard it before. We're breaking the stigma and silence around sex and sexuality in Latinx communities.
This podcast is an intergenerational conversation between Latinas from Gen X to Gen Z.
We're your hosts, Diosa and Mala. You might recognize us from our first show, Locatora Radio. Listen to Señora Sex Ed on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
The path to parenthood is filled with moments of wonder and anticipation. Whether this is your first pregnancy or your fifth, at Evergreen Health Family Maternity Center, we're your partner through every step. For more than 50 years, we've provided care for Eastside families. We're honored to be recognized a baby-friendly hospital and one of America's best maternity hospitals by Newsweek. The sweetest maternity care is here at Evergreen Health. Learn more at evergreenhealth.com/labor delivery.
It's hard to be a good parent, but of all the things you're doing to better your child's future, few are as important as keeping their vision sharp. MySight One Day are the only contact lenses that can correct and help protect your growing child's blurry vision from getting worse. Because while their future may be unclear, their vision shouldn't be. Learn more at mysight.com. MySight today, anything tomorrow. Ask your eye care practitioner if your child is a candidate for MySight One Day and review important safety information at mysight.com/safety.
Hey, it's me, your Kid to Detect smoke alarm. We've been through a lot together. Your housewarming party with the sparklers, the candle fiasco when you proposed, and that time taking care of the twins while trying to cook dinner became a little too complicated. We all make mistakes, but when your family is counting on you, keeping your smoke alarm up to date helps protect you from, well, you. Over 25% faster smoke detection. Kidda, the power to protect. 29% faster average smoke detection based on internal testing of smoldering wood fires for Kidda 9th edition versus leading competitor 8th edition products.
Second date update.
Brooke, how do you feel about the idea of meeting someone out in the real world?
I love it. I think it's great.
Okay, to be clear, I'm not talking about you meeting another man. You seem really excited about that. I just meant in general.
Yeah, then I'm like so-so
Okay,
on it.
that's what I thought.
I thought you were talking about the other thing.
Right. How do you feel about meeting someone in the real world while you're in the middle of a date with someone else?
Whoa.
It's not the time, Jeff.
I mean, I don't know. It's
busy.
one of those things where it's like if you're meant to be with the other person.
Wrong.
Okay, the bar is set ankle low for Brooke.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like it may have happened to one of our listeners named Grace recently, and she needs our help.
Uh-oh,
So, Grace, welcome to the show.
Oh, hi. Thank you.
Where's your moral compass pointing, Grace?
Oh, it's intact.
Okay. She's tickled by the idea of this. But you said in your email that you were out on a date with another guy when something happened.
Yeah, it was a first date with a guy from just the apps, all that fun stuff.
So no skin in the game there.
Exactly. I'm totally blind and
Oh, a blind guy. That's new.
Because it'd be easier to hit on somebody else.
That's true, yeah. I'm just kidding.
Okay, so he just was not turning out to be that nice or that great. I mean, he was like okay to me.
Wait, not nice, and that means you love him, right?
Well,
Most girls love that stuff.
Well, what do you mean? Like, specifically, how was he not nice?
Yeah, that's a good point.
It was just like he was treating the wait staff really horribly.
Oh, that's bad. No. That is awful.
Such a turn off.
Yeah, that's a universal no.
So embarrassing to be with them. You want to scream, I'm on a first date, I swear I don't know him. Honestly.
Exactly. Like, I don't condone this behavior. I'm not a part of this.
Okay.
Okay,
so when did you meet the new guy?
Well, so the waiter, Darren, he was super nice. And I thought because my date was being such an ass to him, what better lesson to teach him than to, ask Darren out. When he brought us the dessert menu, I was like,
oh my gosh.
Whoa.
Wait, in front of the guy you were out with?
It's like you're trying to go lower.
Dude, Even if I thought of that in my head, I don't know if I could pull it off.
I mean, it's hard.
I mean, it's not like he doesn't deserve it.
Walk us through it.
Did you feel like you were getting vibes from Darren throughout the night, or did you just kind of surprise him with that?
Oh, my gosh.
No, I think I kind of took him off guard because it was really more about me wanting to, like, stick it to my date.
Okay. It didn't matter what he said.
You
yes
are
or
a
no.
bold woman.
Seriously,
Wow.
to actually go through with it.
Yeah.
Wow.
What did you do? How did you say it?
So when he was bringing over the dessert menu, or he asked us to bring it over, I was like, yes, but also, could you maybe also bring over your number? Let me know when you're out of here, because I'm out of here.
Wow.
What did your date say?
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, his ego couldn't really allow him to believe it. You know, he was laughing, trying to laugh it off and be cool. But when I was doubling down, and I was like, no, this is happening.
He may have thought you were kidding. Like,
Wait.
that's so bold. I would almost think my date's joking.
If I was a waiter, I would think it was a joke, too.
Yeah, the waiter laughed and was like...
Yeah, what was the response from Darren, the waiter guy?
I mean, he was really trying to hold back his smile. He, tried to keep it professional. But as soon as my date realized that I was not joking, he did the classic, threw down the napkin, stormed off. He stormed off without paying, actually. And so this was the kicker. Darren paid for half of the meal because I was like, oh, wow.
Even though he waited on you, he still paid?
Yeah. I hope you tipped him on your half of the bill.
Or hopefully
That'd be
Darren
awkward.
left a good tip for himself.
Well, yeah, I tipped him, but I also was like, I'm serious about, like, hey, if you're going to get off, like, let me at least treat you to a drink and stuff.
Oh, my God.
That's one way to let a guy know you're not interested, like the other guy.
Yeah.
Kind of a nice closure.
Yeah. When they can see it in front of him.
I'm like in awe
So-
of actually making it happen.
So did Darren take you up on the offer?
Thank you. Yes, we met up at a bar after he got out of work, like nearby the restaurant. And
did he think of it romantically? Because he may have still been thinking, oh, I'm a good, like almost friend that saved you.
This is like an apology
Totally.
drink.
Totally.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we were there for about an hour or so, and then I went in for the kiss when he was walking me to my car.
Dude,
Yeah, that doesn't narrow it down. I kiss a lot of waiters after they're done serving me, so I might just still...
Yeah, that's just thank you.
I knew you guys were going to end up making out just because your voice got so high.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
yeah. Clearly you were feeling Darren. Where are you two at now?
Okay, so I don't know if I messed it up at the end because, I went in for the kiss, and then he wanted to take things back to his place. So that's where I slowed things down.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
maybe that was, he felt rejected, maybe. I don't know, because he's been very quiet. I mean, I said that I really wanted to see him again,
Yeah. He should understand. You just met him hours before for the first time ever.
But maybe she was so aggressive at the beginning, it was like meeting, asking out, drinks, and then she slammed on the brakes all of a sudden. That could have thrown him for a
Maybe
loop.
he was
He's in a relationship. We don't know anything about this guy.
He cheated on somebody.
He's making out with some chick that he thinks he's just getting a thank you
know.
drink from,
Happened
and
fast.
Maybe it is just like Brooke's life. We're going to find out when we come back and call Darren. And
so fast.
we're going to try and get you your second date update, see where his head's at right after this.
Second date update.
2 dates in one night with 2 different dudes.
Oh, you're right. That is what happened.
It's what Alexis would call a slow evening.
I mean, when you got your makeup done, you might as well make the most of it.
Sure,
Keep them going.
Well, that's what
I'll
happened.
back you on that one.
It happened to one of our listeners, Grace. It wasn't planned, though. The first guy that she was with turned out to be a total jerk, was acting rude to the waiter at the restaurant. So to get back at him, Grace asked the waiter out on a date and did it at the table right in front of the other guy.
Dude. I
He had a
still
tissy fit and left.
cannot believe how
Honestly.
you could do that. I'm really
Brave.
proud.
It was a bold move, and
Yes.
it worked, because that night she went out with the waiter, Darren, to grab some drinks, and they even smooched at the end.
She upgraded.
But that's why it's weird Darren isn't answering back after they parted ways. Brooke's theory is that Darren is in a relationship, maybe even 2, and he's on the TLC show My 4 Favorite Wives. That's her idea.
I did say that. I did
Yeah,
say that
very
just moments
specific.
ago.
But
Yeah.
we don't know. I guess it is possible. We'll only find out once we call him and get him to answer the phone.
Yeah, if wife 3 answers, we're going to know right away.
Exactly. But Grace, this was just like a one-night drink situation. Why was the meeting so important to you that you wanted us to get involved in it?
Well, I mean, when I saw how much of a jerk this first date was, and then I saw how nice of a guy Darren was, it's like, wow, okay, like my type maybe is a nice guy, you know? Like,
Okay.
You sound shocked
maybe-
by that.
Well, sometimes you think you have a type and you don't. Recently, I always said I never want to play video games with my girlfriend, and I recently played video games with a girl, and it was amazing. Sometimes you grow, you mature, and you try new things.
Yes, sometimes you mature and play video
Yes,
games.
thank you, Jeff.
Okay.
Thank you. Somebody's
At
listening.
least you know he'll be nice to other wait staff.
Yeah. Oh, he learned his lesson.
Except he's
All
going to
right.
shame you if you don't tip 25%.
Let's do this. So we're going to call Darren. Hopefully he picks up or one of his wives does and we can get some explanation. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, is this Darren?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Darren, good morning.
Hey, who's this?
Hey.
Multiple people, sorry.
Yeah, it's a whole room full of people because we're a radio show called Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning.
Okay.
Dude, I'm sure he doesn't listen. Anybody who works like night
Yeah.
dinner shifts is not
He goes to
getting
bed
up
when the show
and
starts.
Sorry, we
Yeah.
heard that you're a waiter because you went out on a date with one of our listeners named Grace recently.
you went out to drinks.
So it was like an impromptu date that happened the other night. You remember Grace?
Yeah, I know who Grace is, and yeah, we went on a date. What about it?
Oh, you do consider it a date. Okay.
Well, I mean, she asked me to drinks. What am I supposed to call it?
Yeah. Well, she asked you in front of her current date. Like,
Yeah, we-
could be
I
lost in
can't.
translation.
I want to hear your side of that story.
We've heard Grace's version of it. She painted it very romantically.
Yeah, so she's interesting, let me tell you.
Interesting.
Okay.
So I was waiting on her, and she was on another date, but I could totally tell she was flirting with me.
Oh, really?
Oh, good.
The whole
yeah.
night?
That was her goal, though,
Could-
wasn't it?
Well, when we talked to her, she didn't say that. She said it was more of like a last second thing when you brought the dinner menu over.
Oh, towards the end.
No. I could totally tell, like, she was paying attention to me. She was looking at me. There was definitely a vibe.
Well, she has to look at you to give an order.
Alexis is
I've
right.
waited tables a long time. I know how to pick up on vibes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, the feelings weren't reciprocated on your end? Because she said that you guys kissed at the end of the night, and now you're not calling her back.
Well, I don't know if she told you everything because
What?
Whoa.
when we went out, she treated the bartender the same way that she was treating me when she was on the other date. She was flirting with the bartender in front of me.
Are you sure?
Whoa. Maybe
Like-
she's just
Yeah.
naturally a flirty
Or
person.
How?
maybe you're just terrible at knowing what flirting is
That's
because
true,
she
too.
was like adamant that she wasn't flirting with you.
Yeah.
Maybe. That could be.
Well, no, because here's the thing. I got a text message from the bartender who happens to be a friend of mine. I know him. He works at the bar. It's right down the street.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he said, hey, bro, watch out. The girl came back in and got my number.
What?
Whoa.
She's a busy bee.
How
Okay.
many numbers can this girl get in one night?
Girls can get
We
unlimited,
did
bro.
not hear any of that from Grace. She was just talking about you.
Are you sure he didn't mix her up or something? Like it was her?
Well, I don't know
No.
who. It's better to just ask Grace this because I need to let you know, Darren, she is on the other line right now
Yeah.
listening in.
She has our number, too, bro.
Yeah.
Grace?
Man, damn it.
no. Oh, no. Oh, man.
What do you
Wait.
mean, no?
Oh no, you got found out, or oh no, you did it.
Yeah.
There's an explanation, guys, okay?
So you did. You went back and got the bartender's number?
Great.
Okay, I mean, but I needed it for a very specific reason. It's not scandalous.
Oh, you just needed to make the best Manhattan of your life, and he happened to have the recipe.
You were saving him from a date he was also on.
What was it? What's your excuse?
It's not an excuse. I mean, I have other stuff going on in my life, and like, there's this. Okay, my my sister is getting married and we're having a party for her. And so I was getting this bartender's number so he can be the bartender.
Why does it sound like you're making this up on the spot right now?
Well, why wouldn't
My
you?
sister has a wedding that's
Yeah,
happening.
so she has
Wait.
a fiance.
A
Yes.
fiance, that's
yes.
the word. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, sure, maybe that's true. So why wouldn't you ask that in front of Darren?
I didn't really even think about it until after I left, you know?
She was so focused on Darren.
Dude, I mean, that's not a lie she can pull off for long. If her sister's getting married and they go on a date.
All right.
You better be the wedding date now.
We've heard the explanation. Darren, what do you think?
I don't know.
Are you buying it?
No, I'm not. I'm really not buying it. I'm skeptical of the whole thing.
Bro.
Well,
I don't know.
She kissed you that night, Darren, not the bartender, unless, I don't know, did your bartender mention anything else happening besides the phone number exchange?
No, I don't know if they've gone out on a date or anything yet, but I mean, I don't know. That just seems sketchy to me.
Come on.
I'm sorry. I'm not born yesterday. All right. I worked in the service industry. I know bartenders that pick up girls all the time. Yeah. I have a guy bartender that picks up on women all the time who are there with dates, and they come back and the girls give him their numbers. It's a common, no. I don't buy that.
What if the bartender was just trying to call dibs, like he's the one that made it up? Like maybe she's telling the truth and he's like, no, I want to ask her out. And so he's trying to get you to leave the situation.
He's going against bro
No,
code.
I know my friend. He's not going to do that.
That's your actual
She's telling
friend.
the truth. I would feel really bad for her in this situation.
I know. She dodged a jerk and then she met a nice guy who she's trying to court on a grand gesture on a radio station.
So when's your sister's wedding? How soon?
It's in 6 months.
Oh.
That was weirdly close enough, I believe.
Okay.
I don't know. There's a long pause there.
6 months.
If you want the bartender to help with the wedding, maybe you want Darren to be a waiter at your sister's wedding too, so that way you can kind of even it out.
No, she wants him to be her date.
Oh,
Jeff.
that would be more romantic, wouldn't it?
That was literally set up for you. It was a lob.
I don't know why I stuck him in the service industry.
Yeah, I mean, okay. If she can prove it with some sort of save the date or invitation that this this happening, would you believe her?
Even if it is a lie, do you care?
But we're not going to be able to produce that here in the next few seconds.
Hold on. Let me talk to some of y'all who haven't been around the block a little bit.
Oh.
She may very well have a sister who's getting married in 6 months.
Okay.
But that just might have been an excuse for her to go back and get that guy's number.
Oh, man, actually, I'm feeling a little attacked with this right now. He's being a little accusatory, so it doesn't feel very worth it at this point. I thought you were a nice guy.
Hey, look, I'm not the person that went behind somebody's back to get somebody else's phone number. Right? I am the nice guy.
Yeah, he is a nice guy.
I don't know who to believe.
I know.
Well, I want to be a nice guy in this moment and offer to send you two on another date, and we'll pay for it.
I really don't think he's going to say yes. He's already so skeptical and suspicious.
I don't either, to be honest.
Well, Darren, what do you think? It ball's in your court.
No, I can't do that.
Wow, yeah, he's adamant.
Oh, man.
Sticking to his guns.
You're going to feel so foolish when you see your friend bartending at her sister's wedding.
Yeah, Darren, you need to
If she wants to pay me to bartend at her sister's wedding, I'll gladly do it.
Hey, all right. Just won't be her date.
Well, Darren, as I said before, we already got the bartending position filled, so.
Oh, double down.
Darren, by the way, can you just clear something up for us real quick? Do you have 4 wives?
Yeah, we never asked that.
I've been dying to know.
Yes.
No.
Okay.
I swear he was the guy from that show, Jeff. I'm sorry.
Brooke, you owe me $20.
Yeah.
Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning.
We keep trying to figure out if she was lying or if she wasn't lying, but what if it was just an old H&H, guys?
What does H&H stand for?
You know,
Happy hour?
like Brooke used to do with the promo team, hire and hook up. Just a classic H&H situation.
Sadly, it's usually the reverse. I'd dump them and then I'd hire them because I felt bad. And then it was awkward. Sometimes we'd hook back. Okay, I shouldn't get into all my stories.
That's the ultimate pity hire.
Nice, Brooke.
Wasn't good.
Yeah, okay.
Made some poor choices in my life.
Yeah.
So did this girl. mainly calling us.
A lot of poor choices were made all throughout this phone call and throughout that date, so no surprise they didn't go out again. But doesn't mean there's not hope for you. We can call that person who's not calling you back, maybe get you a little H&H situation.
Yeah.
Or just a regular second
I
date.
think a regular second date would probably be a better
Or
choice.
just one of those H's.
Yeah, why not? Just email us and go check out all of our second dates wherever you get your podcasts at Brooke and Jeffrey.
Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning.
Bickford Ford is celebrating 90 years of business in Snohomish, Washington. When they opened their doors in 1934, things looked a little different, but their commitment to the community and their customers hasn't changed a bit. So when you're in the market for a new vehicle, electric, gas, or something in between, start at the place you can trust. Washington's #1 volume Ford dealership, Bickford Ford. On Bickford Avenue in Snohomish or at Bickford.net. #1 claim according to Total New Ford Retail Sales Report for 2023.
Hey there, fellow Globetrotters and destination dreamers. If you're anything like us, you know that life's too short for boring toasters and towels. That's why we decided to ditch the traditional wedding registry and went with honeyfund.com. Imagine your friends and family chipping in to send you on a dreamy exotic honeymoon. Practical? Check. Meaningful? Double check. Plus, it's fee-free and so fun for wedding guests to shop. So why get more stuff when you can have unforgettable experiences? Join the revolution at honeyfund.com and start your adventure today.
Amazon presents Winning Moments. Simone, that's quite the cozy book nook you got on Amazon. The Kindle, reading pillow, and LED floor lamp are just mwah.
Yep.
So enlighten me. How are you going to celebrate?
Okay, what if I turn on the lamp? And take a book off the shelf. And read, and read, and read.
The end. Shop Amazon to find the perfect thing and celebrate every day.
I love running my own small business, but bookkeeping always stresses me out.
You should just use QuickBooks Online like I do. It auto-tracks my transactions and saves me a ton of time and money.
Well, time is money. Does it take long to set up?
Just link your accounts and QuickBooks can get started. And like you said, time is money.
How can I get started?
Visit QuickBooks.com for details. Save 50% off the base price for select QuickBooks Online SKUs for 3 months. Terms and conditions apply. Auto-tracking transactions requires attached bank and credit card account.
Time for a meatful meditation by Smithfield. We know a thing or two about meat. Close your eyes and visualize yourself prepping your favorite meaty meal like sizzling bacon, a flavor-packed and pre-marinated pork loin, or a juicy cut of ham. Now step closer to those high-quality meats and take a deep breath in and out. Go ahead and take a bite. Oh wait, you can't? Then it's time to stop the meditation and put the real quality meats from Smithfield on your plate. Smithfield, for the love of meat.